I see the guy sagging the other day. You could see the crack his butt and everything. I was like, he felt like he tough. But when I was in prison, like I said, you can't show that to a man. You know, somebody be ready to run up something in you.
Prison Stories 101, man. We back once again with, I would say, a fan favorite, Bishop Eli, Pastor Eli, Lil Eli, for those that may know him from a time. As we do these prison stories, I always like to get your take as far as, you know, the last one you did and any kind of feedback you gotten, because a lot of people kind of really honed in on the way you was able to articulate and tell those stories. What kind of feedback have you gotten from the last one?
I got so many feedbacks. Brothers reaching out to me. Matter of fact, brothers got to defend me. You know what I'm saying? Guys been coming and say, man, I felt your story. You about one of the realest pastors I ever seen in my life. And just being real. And one of them told me, matter of fact, he told me, he said, man, how you get on, why you know, risk getting on TV with certain people, you know what I'm saying? You know, I just tell them, I got love for people who done been where I'm at, and I'm not judgmental. And I've been in the pit. When you've been in the pit, you can understand people on every level. You know what I'm saying? I'm just a different kind of pastor. But I got a lot of feedback. I got mothers that said, I let my son listen to you.
There you go.
And it'll messed him up. Matter of fact, he wanted to come and meet you. And I got youngsters crazy. I was going somewhere in the mall, and some young said, man, I think that's that Bishop, man. And, you know, because I be looking at the youngsters when they looking with this thing on their head. And I watch everything because where I come from. And so I looked at them. One of them finally came on and said, man, excuse me, are you Bishop? I said, yeah. Man, what's up, man? Can I take a picture with you? I felt kind of funny. I said, oh, take a picture with me. They said, yeah, they want to take a picture. And so we took pictures. And they said, man, you real, man. You different, man. And he said, but I felt you, man. And I said, I appreciate you. I appreciate it. That's feedback.
So it does get me to ask you, again, as we do these prison stories, we try to understand the psychology behind it. Now that you're free, man, and now that you've done as much time as you did, why do you feel these rappers think prison is something to glorify? And I say that to say, like, we have Boosie. I think he's about to get sentenced today for his Fed case, where he went ahead and took the deal. Someone might look at a Boosie and say, oh, yeah, he done did 5 years and stood tall. He's got to go do another, some more time, and they might glorify that. Why do rappers glorify, or people feel rappers need to glorify going to prison?
Well, I think, first of all, Joker, we got to be real with everything. Nobody take nothing serious until they get in a position that, you know, they in. Even with Boosie, you know, Boosie may did some time, but maybe he ain't did no time to where it woke him up. Maybe he never seen nothing or been through nothing. And so sometimes prison can be a scapegoat for certain people. It can be a place where they're just doing time. And so a lot of time we don't know what goes on with some of these guys who've been in prison. Not saying Boosie, because I like Boosie, but some of these guys, they could have been on PC, protected custody. And so they didn't have to go through nothing, or they could have did 24-hour lockdown where they did their time behind cell. And so, and the system that I was in prison to me these days, is so caught up with so many different protection plans. I don't know how they do in prison, but one thing I can say, these guys glorify prison because they really ain't been through nothing. You know, they never really saw nobody lose their lives. You know, every day you trying to survive. So the way the prison system set up now, when I was in prison, you don't know if you're gonna make it through the day. You know what I'm saying? So the guys glorify, I think, in prison because I think they feel like it's gonna get them a record sale, or so to make them feel like they're tough. See, anybody can go to prison, but a lot of these guys, they don't tell you the truth. You know, like I tell people all the time, some of the young kids, I said some of y'all uncles and some of y'all daddies was girls or females in prison. They might not tell you. Some of them done got knocked out, some of them got raped, but they'll never tell you what really happened. And so, not all of them, but some of them. And so everybody don't tell you what they go through in prison. And so everybody feel like I've been in prison and they come out, like they was a jungle in prison, but they didn't tell you they had to mind another man. They didn't tell you they had to get permission to watch TV. They had to get permission to even fill out their own commissary list. So they don't tell you that, they had to join a gang just to survive. They ain't tell you that. Some of these guys get to prison and join gangs in prison just to survive and make it. So a lot of these guys that thinking it's going to make them tough, it's going to make them more gangster. Even I hear guys bragging about how many people they done killed and how many bodies they got. All that is really crazy because when you get some real time, all them bodies you talking about you got on your list, if you get caught for one body, or your whole conversation gonna change. I think that they glorified in it because they want to make other people think they more gangster or they more than what they want people to perceive them to be. And a lot of time, anytime you brag on how many people you kill, you been in prison, how tough he is, it's really a sign of fear. Because a real man don't have to do nothing stupid to impress another man that he's gangster or he tougher than everybody. Really, that's funny to me because I know that's fear. I know.
You've seen it time and time.
Yeah, I done seen it on every level. So when I see these guys walking around, I see the guys sagging the other day. You can see the crack his butt and everything. I was like, he felt like he tough. But when I was in prison, like I said, you can't show that to a man. Somebody be ready to run up something in you. And so, but I hear it's a fashion. It's cute, but in there, man, don't pull it down too low.
Yeah. So it makes me ask, with the streets, do they care if either a rapper or do they care with a rapper? Do the streets care if you in gang activity, you a rapper, or you just in the streets? Do they care if you get locked up?
Well, I think the streets, we're in a society now, not just a rapper. I'm glad you said that. The world is so messed up with these youngsters. I'm just being honest, man. We got some stupid old folks too. But I seen an old crip. I said, man, set your crazy self down, man. You're too old for that to be banging. But anyway, they just how they feel. You know what I'm saying? They feel like if I'm part of this will make me a man. But these guys out in the streets, I'm gonna tell you why they do what they do. I speak for me. When I was out there shooting people, robbing people, selling dope, I never thought about if I get caught. I never thought about is a chance somebody gonna snitch on me. The only thing I was concerned about is trying to get somebody to see me as a person that I really wasn't. And so these guys out on the street, the reason why they do what they do is because they don't see what's behind them. They see what's in front of them, but they don't know that there's a cell waiting on them that they might not never get out. Or they may die in prison. They don't see that when they get in prison, you ain't got no pistol. They don't see that when you get in prison, your homeboy that used to be your homeboy on the street might be the very one that sell you out. They don't see that when you're in prison, you might have to deal with a guard that would take your life. So in the streets, everybody's tough now. If you look at everything they rap about, everybody got a gun. Think about it. Everybody's tough. Think about it. And watch this. I don't underestimate these youngsters that they won't shoot the pistol. Anybody shoot the pistol. But here's the problem though. Who is you without the pistol? Who are you when you in them prison, when you're in that prison cell with life sentence? Who you become then? Tell them how you cry. Tell them how you wish you can go home to your family. Tell them how you sit there and feel like you're about to lose your mind. They don't tell you that. So it look good until you get caught. When you get caught, prison in the world, two different places that what people never know. Prison, you all alone. How you gonna survive in a jungle that you never been in?
That's real. Now, for you, you didn't did the kind of time to where to see someone get killed in prison. What did it do to you? What did it do to you?
Oh, Joker, man. When you see somebody get killed in prison, and you see things happen every day, like this brother was saying earlier. When you first get there, it kind of like, man. But when you see it all the time, you've been in a ride, you've been in a fight, your system get immune to it. But here's the thing though. It puts you in a different mindset. It puts you in surviving mode. So, but what made me change the way I, start acting up, it put me in a surviving mode. I didn't want that to happen to me. Yeah. Because when you get in prison, you don't know how your story gonna end. You don't know if your family gonna ask, get your body, send it to the house. You don't know if they're gonna bury you in prison. You don't know. And so, but to see somebody get killed, man, is amazing. And I'm gonna be honest, I see black kill one another, but they scared of the Mexicans. You know what I'm saying? You tough, but you're scared of a knife. You tough, but you kill a brother, but you run from a knife. Come on, that go to show me that a lot of people that play to be tough, they not tough. All this is an act to me. But
can I ask you, how many deaths did you see in prison?
Oh man, I only seen about 6 deaths. You hear it all the time. I was there when Ingram got killed on Ferguson. I was in that ride, and I watched him get stabbed in the neck. One time, there's a dude named Big T or something like that. He from Houston. I can't tell you what I done, but I bust him in the head with a jackknife because he was masturbating in the shower. And so when I walk in, his thing on hard. I don't know if he jacking off on me or looking at me. I don't know. I just didn't feel like that I need to worry about if he would. Just because I saw it, I had to respond to you. Most guys, they see it and keep going. If I see your thing, I got to visit you that day to let you know next time, turn to the wall. But if you leave it where I can see it, if it wasn't for me, I'm going to take it like it was for me. And that's just how it was.
Were you numb to death? Were you numb to the blood? Were you numb to the violence? What exactly did you get numb to?
I was just numb to, listen, I decide if I'm going to survive in prison, everything got to become like it's life. And what I mean about that, birthdays wasn't a birthday to me. Christmas was not a Christmas to me. What they doing in prison, it wasn't real to me. I know it might sound crazy. I didn't spend my time worrying about tomorrow. I create a system that I feel like the environment gonna work for me. So I didn't have a problem like most guys do that go to prison. I'm not in that boat. I'm not in the boat where I have to answer a man. I wasn't in the boat where I had to vote to watch television. If I said I want the TV turned, it just turned. So I can't speak for other guys. I wasn't in that boat. So me being in prison and the way I think, I'm a different individual. So it's hard for me to put myself in the place of a man that have to answer another man. Most men in prison have to answer me. So I didn't have that problem.
Let me ask you, what was one sound that will always probably play back in your head?
What sound? What sound? I think the crazy sound, most people be talking about rape sound and all that. I think when you lose your mother and you can't go to her funeral, or you get a letter and say your child been killed. I think the worst sound I ever heard when a man loses his mother and can't go to her funeral.
The cry or the wailing?
The cry, the hurt. Because once you got to remember, everybody with you when you're on top. That's why I don't believe in a lot of stuff that's going on. When I was a big time drug dealer in Dallas, I was the man. But when I got locked up, my baby mama didn't give me a good 30 days. She gone. Brother and sister, they only last for a few months. My mama the only one stood by me. the whole time was in prison till she died. And so most guys, if they don't got nobody on their side, everybody believe mama gonna be there, unless she on drugs and she battling with life herself. But majority of people that stand with you in prison is your mama or your grandmama. And so to lose them is almost like losing life. And so the worst cry I ever heard, I remember one time my partner couldn't read. And he couldn't read at all. A lot of people know a lot of guys in prison can't read. And I learned how to read when I was in the 5th grade. And so, but a lot of guys in prison don't know how to read. And so one guy, he asked me to read his letter. Everybody don't trust you to read a letter. And as I was reading, it say, I'm sorry to tell you that mama died. But as I was reading, I looked at him. He said, "What's up, Eli?" I said, "Hey, man." And shoot, I had tears in my eyes. And he looking at me. He's like, "What's up?" I said, "Your mama just died." And he grabbed me and was like, "Man, you lying, man." I said, "No, it's right here." And so I took that personal because I know what it's like to lose your mama. And so, but to read a letter and tell a person your mama died or your daughter died or your son got killed, it's a messed up feeling.
Eli, I don't want to keep you too long, man. Again, I got to bring you back for a longer situation, but I have to, of course, as we speak on these things, and again, you actually, got out in the world and became, a pastor to teach, the word of God to a lot of young individuals. Let me ask you, as far as how important is it to have some type of religious or higher belief in the penitentiary system?
A lot of guys looking for love. That's why a lot of people seek gains and seek relationship. For me, I did all the foolishness. I did all the fighting to impress another man. I did stuff that could have got me time. I broke an officer's nose, fractured his face bone. Could have got some time. But religion, it helped me. I remember my partner came to the unit. We was on Michael unit. And everybody was talking about Eli this, Eli that. And he came to the yard. He wasn't trying to hear about how they feel about me. These was the exact word. He said, "Man, you gonna need God to get out of here." I said, "Why you say that?" "Man, you tripping, man. It's gonna take God." And he was right. I had got cancer in my throat. And so when I went through cancer, I had lost, I got down to about 60 pounds. Real skinny, head big, show my butt bones. And but when I went through the radiation treatment, brought all my hair out. I went to Galveston Hospital, stayed there for 2 months, but it was a vacation for me. But I got to eat free world food. Ain't smelling a man that I've been smelling for years. But I went through the process, and I really didn't know God, but I didn't want to die in prison like that. And so I asked God to heal me. I don't want to die like that. But anyway, make a long story short, one of the crazy things about being in prison and the stuff that I went through, if I can say this, most guys don't come to God unless something happened to them. And y'all know my story. I had to lose my mama. But everybody looking for something to give them a peace of mind. Either they become Muslim, like a lot of black brothers become Muslim, or they join Nation Islam, but they look for some religion. For me, I think that if it wasn't for God, I wouldn't have made it out of prison. I just got to be honest, because the mindset I was in, the way I was brought up in South Dallas, where I was believed what make you a man, I did those things to survive. And so just to be honest, everybody need some type of, everybody needs something outside themselves. So I think that if you don't have a religion that you believe in God through the book, there's a God inside of you that you call on, just reality. And so I think that everybody needs somebody that can give them hope, because when you got 40 years, man, you're going to need some hope that there's a chance you may get out. But if you don't have no hope, you're giving to the system. You start making a man be your girlfriend, or you call him your wife. You done set up, or you try to talk to a boss lady, or you try to sell drugs in prison. Your life will be in prison if you don't have some type of something to believe in to help deal with your mind, because every decision we make come from a mind. A weak-minded man do weak things. A strong-minded man do strong things. And most men, if they're weak, they'll sleep with another man. And I know people will say, do everybody in prison sleep with men? No, they don't. That's a lie. Maybe I say about 7%. Most men masturbate on pictures, or they try to holler at a boss lady. But you got some man will kiss another man, tongue another man, and this they life. They was a weak man in the world. I don't believe they got weak in prison. If you're a weak man now, you'll be a weak man in prison because you feel like you have to have somebody. I wish no lady wasn't in here. I would say something. But if you had a different mindset, these hands can do just as much as a woman if you think that way. But if you don't think that way, you'll lay up with another man, then you become a punk too. Two men lay down, two punks get up. It's just that simple.
Just that simple, man. With that being said, Bishop, it's been a while since we had you back, but I can't wait. There's a few, the audience members are saying, yeah, we need another long Bishop interview. So thank you for stopping back in.
Man, we love you,
introduce me, Marcel. I can't wait to get you back. We're going to do some more. But with that being said, Prison Stories 101, Bishop Eli. Appreciate it.
Salute.